Let me explain. I'm standing in front of a home here in Paducah. It's more than 100 years old, which means there's a pretty good bet that the paint, though layers deep on the outside and inside, could be lead-based. Surrounding me is one of the worst-case scenarios for farmers. Cropland flooded with water. Unfortunately, this is the new reality for farmers across our region. Behind the apartment is where the storage units are located, and it is there where EPA officials found hazardous materials after a call from the tenants. Back here live, two important points I want to make tonight. One, as they've mentioned, this is unprecedented. It's never happened. There was nothing in the playbook, so to speak, that once that water was discharged, this is what would happen. People think motorcycle. They think, well, maybe not, because you've got to pay for the insurance, you've got to get the motorcycle permit, then the license, and you got to dish out money for the license plate. So they turn away from this and turn to a scooter, but as one local woman discovered, that brings a headache all its own. They're saying they'd like to see a whole lot more boaters out on the water behind me in the next few weeks, but in general, people I spoke with today say they think the worst is behind them and the future looks good. Drying off and cleaning up following heavy rains and severe weather that ripped through the Local 6 region overnight. Local 6 photojournalist Jonathan Warren captured these images of First at 5, a touching story about a community coming together. A local couple lost everything to a house fire last week. Today, they start a new beginning in a unique way. People in one local community trying to heal from two separate tragic events. One family dealing with a death while another is praying for a happy ending.
And I know that he will never, ever tear another family apart.
Renee Collins looks for comfort and closure after facing the man who admitted to killing her sister, Joyce Tharp.
That was my only sister, and she's been gone now for 31 years.
But on this day, decades later, Renee bridged that time gap.
You don't know what you did. You just tore up our family so badly. And I'm going to try within my heart, because I'm a Christian, to try to forgive you if I can, because if I can't, then that means the Lord's not going to forgive me.
Forgiveness is something Tharp's daughter, Debbie Vaughn, also struggles with.
You took a child of God. She wouldn't hurt to flee. And I pray, I'm going to pray for you.
A family's faith put to the test when Kreitzer himself turned and faced them.
I realized it was a long time ago, and I'm still in a lot of pain and trauma. And I'm terribly sorry for what I've done. I want you to know that I have not forgotten it, and I spent 10 straight years in heavy therapy trying to learn why I committed so many of these crimes. I haven't learned everything, but I have tried.
Just as they'll continue to try and cope with the loss of a loved one.
Nothing here said or done can bring my mother back. But I did want you to see my face. I was 10 years old when you took my mother from me.
A mother killed, her child's life affected forever, and now a family looking towards the future.
I can't say looking at you right now that I hate you, because I don't hate you, but I'm just so happy that there is some closure after 31 years.
Surrounding me is one of the worst-case scenarios for farmers. Cropland flooded with water. Unfortunately, this is the new reality for farmers across our region. Soggy and sloppy, two words farmers don't want to use when describing a walk through their cornfields.
Just a wait and see process. You just have to wait till the water gets off of it, and then you just got to go from there.
1,000 of Dale Calendar's 6,000-acre crop is underwater.
I tell myself, if farming was easy, it'd be a lot more people doing it.
While Dale likely has a safety net to recover from his losses, other farmers may not.
I mean, we can live with it with our insurance claim, and then we can still plant late beans if we don't get the corn planted back.
Dale's flooded cornfields aren't the only ones. This is what it looks like in Hickman County. Now, some farmers are seeing firsthand the impact of planting in bottomlands.
That's just part of it.
Just part of farming?
That's just part of farming. When you farm river bottoms, well, that's just part of it.
You take a risk, don't you, because it's nice, good, fertile land?
Yes, your advantages is that it maybe requires less fertilizer. But then your disadvantage is you got a lot more risk with the water and the flooding.
A situation Dale and others are taking in stride. Is that all you can do, is laugh?
That's right. Better than crying.
An emotion that might be on the horizon. If the water recedes and the land dries out by June 1st, there may be a possibility to replant all this corn. Right now, that's a wait-and-see situation. In Livingston County, Kentucky, Todd Faulkner, WPSD Local 6.
It'll be like a new house.
Flipping eyesores into show homes isn't easy.
Look at it now, it looks like a mess.
But Dale Brewer thrives on it.
If you love the piece of property and want to keep it and want to live in this neighborhood, you'll go ahead and do that.
But the process just got tougher.
It's going to cause us a bit of a problem.
The problem is the lead paint used on homes built before 1978, when lead paint was banned. Many of those homes sit here, the Fountain Avenue neighborhood in Paducah.
I would say a lot of them do have some lead paint in them that will need to be abated some way or the other.
Amidst the signs of progress sit future headaches on windowsills and pillars outside, door and closet frames inside.
A family business that my grandfather started in 1925.
Veteran contractor Chris Black is bracing for the new changes too, and has a pretty good idea of what a lot of contractors already think.
If they could forego regulation, many of them would.
But he agrees this is just one more hoop he'll need to jump through to ensure a safe property for future homeowners.
We're going to seriously absorb the new regulation and apply it to our work as we move forward.
But as he moves forward, others are concerned the new law might stop buyers from looking at homes built before 1978. So you think that's going to have a negative impact on people investing in this community?
I really don't. It's one of those things that's going to cause, I'll say, a concern and a little bit of a problem and add some expense to, say, a remodeling job.
An expense passed on to the consumer, along with the peace of mind knowing their new home is lead-free.